All right, welcome back to the channel. Warhammer Man back in the studio, and today we've got another completed commission. Well, it's actually two commissions, but oftentimes with meta changing and whatnot, we will have similar people be interested around the same time. So in this case, we have two very, very similar commissions of two each of our Adeptus Custodes Knight conversions. So these are the Armiger Warglaives, but they have the weapon converted into a double-handed sort of pole arm, integrating both their melta weapon and their chain weapon. And then also they have magnetized options for the melta and stubbers. And they can hold these both double-handed or single-handed, how they're holding them now. And then their conversions, because they're using Adeptus Custodes Bits to look like they are part of a Custodes army. So you could basically add a couple of these into your existing Custodes army and they would match, as opposed to having like a traditional kind of house. So very cool. I like them. They definitely I kind of see them as like the guardians of the Emperor, like a couple little mini knights that are like his personal bodyguard type thing. But we'll kind of show these off, show off how they move and everything. If you have never seen these before, they are like one of our more popular conversions. Very, very cool, obviously. But we'll show off some of their cool features and everything. They have tons of magnets inside them, so they are fully posable. And then they're offered obviously in just various different ways. If you are new to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe for conversions, reactions, reviews, painting, modeling, conversion tutorials, all kinds of different stuff. Everything to do with Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team, Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, Warcry, and of course some Horus Heresy as well. So we do all parts of the hobby. Everything from like our review videos to actual tutorials and, really jumping in there. So that being said, let's take a look at these bad boys. So like I said, these normally come in twos. We just so happen to have two commissions at the same time. The only difference on these is they're a pair each. There's the little light kind of on top into the cockpit is red on two of them and blue on the other. Other than that, they are all done the same style and technique and everything. The bases are custom made, and then there are magnets in the bases as well for the pole arm to sort of like mount to the ground there. So let's take a closer look at a couple of the features. We have a bunch of videos on how the conversion for these is done, where the magnets go, what extra bits you need, and then obviously showed off tons and tons of how to make the various base videos. There's a couple on how to do like the ones for the knights, so you can sort of leave a flat part to mount the knight to after you create the base and paint it, but also it makes it look like the knight has some weight to him as he's like squishing into his surroundings. And these ones have a bunch of various rubble terrain. There's like some crates, some wheels, tires, part of a crashed orc truck, all kinds of cool stuff here, just looking like you're basically in, the Terminator war zone. And then let's pull one of these guys up here and kind of get the full view. All right, so here we have one of our armigers here. So you can see with the weapon, again, it's a conversion. So it's essentially just the two weapons that a Armiger Warglaive would normally carry. But then it's converted into like this polearm weapon. And then the coolest part about these guys and what makes them so unique is the Custodes bits that have been added onto them. So we have like the little crotch piece from a Terminator kind of hanging down there, that tabard like belt buckle deal. Obviously the little hairdo going on there at the top that is taken from your normal custodian guard. And then we have instead of regular shoulder pads, they have the custodian guard shields as well for the shoulder pads. And then you can kind of see the arms are different. You have to use bits from the Aeldari Wraithlord and then a bunch of magnets to add them on. And then in this case, they have two different ways that they can have their like smaller accessory weapon. So they're both magnetized, obviously. The auto gun on top there, heavy stubber, and then the melta gun on the arm here. And then those are magnetized so they can be removed, swapped out. So you can normally only have obviously one or the other, but they're on there so you can either run it on the side or on top and then just pick which one you want to use. So that is obviously a cool feature. And then the arms, like I said, are from Aeldari Wraithlords combined with magnets to create this kind of style. And as we kind of go here to the back, we'll see they also have the cape from the shield captain on there. So the final little piece of the Custodes. And then those are painted up like nicely with the gold, the like wreath, and then the sort of like filigree at the bottom. And then you can see here the other Eldar Wraithlord arm and how it's kind of positioned on there. And then the spear uses like some excess like plastic card and stuff as well. And then obviously, like I said, each of the bases is handmade. So you use all kinds of like custom bits. All of these are actual like Games Workshop authentic bits. And then there's little bits of cork, sand, like various rubbles, and then super glue that create everything. But it's cool because it gives the ability, like he looks like he's kind of sinking into the ground around him. And then it gives you this custom war zone that kind of fits in, having just various integrated pieces from like your different parts of like the universe. So you basically have a little bit of everything in there. He kind of matches the battlefield, and then nice little black rim around there as well. So, and then the coolest part about these obviously is just how many magnets are in them and how posable they are. So the best part is when you pull these up here, he can actually like put his weapon across and all right. And then there we have a couple of them switch over to the other style. So they are dual wielding the pole arms. Again, super cool. I really like the way it's all set up and the posability of them. They have like pretty much unlimited articulation with the extra arm bits that are added on, and then all the various magnets. And then there's magnet in the bottom of the weapon itself that hooks to the hand, so they like stay together. And then that's also a magnet in the bottom of the base. So when he's not holding it two-handed, it just clicks directly in there. And then it's like not shaking around, falling all over the place. So I'm definitely a big fan of how it's done. I mean, a ton of work went into like the overall design, and then obviously having like the ability to like move them in so many different ways and articulate and change out like all the extra stuff is super cool, because they have all the basic articulations that they would normally have, plus all of the additional ones as well. So very cool. Big fan of these. Some of my favorite conversions, and then obviously like the custom basing is awesome as well. So, and then here we have one of the other style. Again, all the same conversion bits, just everything done a little bit differently. The weapon is put in the opposite arm. The little plume goes to the other side. And then you'll see that there's two different styles of bases that I have created for this. And doing two sets of this commission at the same time just allowed me to basically replicate them, not identical, but very, very similar. So without being able to specifically see them up close and everything, it'd be very difficult to pick out the differences between the two of the same style, but done differently. So that way we have basically two pairs, two of each style for the two various commissions. And then again, the only thing actually differentiating these ones is that little dome on top. Two of them are red for one commission and two are blue for the other commission. But again, we often see multiple commissions of similar color schemes or styles or whatever come in at the same time, because that's like examples that we have done ahead of time. And then obviously sometimes people make small changes or large changes as well. So that is one nice thing about getting a commission, is you get to pick obviously color schemes, base styling, anything like that. So but very happy with how these turned out. Some of my favorite commissions and very, very popular. Again, it's not too often that you'll get like two commissions right at the exact same time. But oftentimes when like the meta shifts or a new codex comes out or something like that, we will see that. And that was obviously the case for these with the new Chaos and Imperial Knights codexes coming out and the changes to rules now, where you could field like 1, 2, or 3 of these knights in your regular army again. Obviously, this makes them a popular choice. But yep, that is it for today. So here we have 4 completed commissions, 4 knights completed for 2 different commissions. These are the Armiger, Warglaive, Adeptus Custodes conversions. So obviously they are converted with some various bits, magnetization as well. Some are a little more abstract, such as like the Eldar arms from the Wraithlords, and then obviously tons of conversion work done to the weapons, and then some additional plasticard for the actual pole arm, and then tons and tons of magnets, custode bits throughout to get these custom bad boys. And then obviously they are not only as articulate as a regular knight, but have a bunch of additional articulation as well, so they can wield their customized pole arms either upright in sort of like the guard or walking forward position, or they can wield them two-handed with like the horizontal position. So very cool. I love them. They're awesome conversions, and probably with the relic jet bike conversions, I would say our most popular custodes conversions by far. So very cool, very happy with how they came out. The bases are awesome. This is our kind of combination of the like sort of I guess you would call it Adeptus Mechanicus / Adeptus Imperialis kind of combination. So it has a little bit of both in there. There's got like a wrecked buggy, some wheels, ammo crates, hatches, all kinds of super cool little bits that really like immerse you in the field. And then obviously if you're playing on various styles of tables or you're integrating them with like your other army, it's not too hard to kind of blend the two together so they all look cohesive. But very happy with how these came out. I love these conversions. They're really fun to do. They're super extensive at first, but after you've done them a few times, they really come together. Obviously, another one of our custom creations, and very, very cool. Done bunches of these, bunches and bunches. They are very popular, obviously, for Custodes players and then Knights players as well. So to be able to blend the two together, and then obviously using the blend of techniques as well, like your metallic metals and everything, like regular highlights, and then using like the OSL as well for the weapon glow and like the power source glow. And then of course there is like the cool effect done on all the heat as well. So the tips of the heavy stubbers, the tips of the melta lances, and then the tips of the melta as well. And then of course there's like a little bit of soot on the exhaust. So very cool. I like it. It adds a bunch of different cool effects to the whole thing and gives you like a really nice look overall. Let me know what you think down below. How do you like the paint jobs? What do you think about the conversions? And if you are curious about how to do these yourself, there's a walkthrough tutorial where I show you how to build all of the different ones, paint them, and then do like the basing styles as well. So a bunch of different tutorials. If you haven't checked out all the customization videos, the KITBASH videos, the magnetization videos. There's tons of cool stuff there as well. And then of course we do reaction, review, and news videos every single day. And then videos like this where we show off completed commissions. So if you're into this type of content, if you enjoyed today's video or have any questions, make sure to leave a comment down below. And then of course, make sure to subscribe if you're into Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, Warcry, or some Horus Heresy as well. We do all kinds of cool stuff. So that's it for today, Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.